You think memorizing facts is learning. Most of us were trained that way: cram, recite, forget. But here's the reality: your brain isn't a filing cabinet. Memorization can make you feel productive, but it rarely changes what you can actually do with that knowledge. In this video, I want to show you why memorizing facts is often a trap and, more importantly, what to do instead to truly learn, think, and perform. Imagine staring at a mountain of books, flipping pages, scrolling endlessly through notes, yet nothing seems to stick. That's the friction most people feel but never name. Your brain isn't failing you, you've just been using it the wrong way. Memorization creates a false sense of mastery. You feel productive because you can repeat words, but your brain hasn't learned how to connect, apply, or innovate. Cognitive science calls this surface learning. Deep learning, by contrast, happens when information is linked to understanding and context. A study by Dunlosky and colleagues in 2013 showed that rereading and rote memorization improve short-term recall, but do almost nothing for problem-solving or creative application. Meanwhile, learners who engage with concepts in context retain knowledge longer and can use it in real-world situations. Think about it: how often do you memorize something and, a week later, it's completely gone? The reason memorization fails isn't you, it's how your brain is wired. Our minds are designed to find patterns, not store isolated facts. When you cram information, you're forcing unnatural storage. It works temporarily, until it doesn't. The brain remembers stories, cause and effect, emotions, and connections. Facts without context are like islands in the ocean, isolated, easy to forget, and ultimately useless on their own. In today's world, where AI and search engines can supply facts instantly, memorizing becomes even less relevant. The real power lies in understanding, connecting, and applying knowledge. So, if memorization is a trap, what's the escape? The first step is to stop memorizing and start connecting. Every new fact you encounter should be linked to something you already know. Ask yourself, how does this relate to my existing knowledge? How can I explain this in my own words? For instance, instead of memorizing the dates of the French Revolution, understand the social dynamics, economic pressures, and human behaviors that caused it. Suddenly, the facts are no longer isolated, they're part of a living, coherent story. Cognitive science shows that connecting new information to what you already know creates stronger, longer-lasting neural pathways. Learning sticks when it forms a network, not when it sits in isolation. Step 2 is application. Knowledge that isn't used is forgotten. Testing, debating, or teaching what you learn dramatically deepens understanding. Students can create mini-projects or explain concepts to peers. Professionals can experiment with new skills immediately. Creators can integrate insights into their work in real time. Learning isn't about remembering, it's about doing something new with what you know. Memorization is passive, application is active. This is the critical distinction most learners overlook. The third step is reframing your relationship with memory. Trust your brain to handle connections, not trivia. Culture glorifies knowing facts by heart, but the real superpower lies in linking ideas, spotting patterns, and predicting outcomes. AI can supply raw data faster than any human, but it cannot replicate insight that comes from connecting knowledge to lived experience. I once taught a professional who could recite every statistic in his field, but couldn't solve a single real-world problem. When he shifted from memorizing to connecting and applying knowledge, everything changed. His memory didn't get weaker, it became smarter, more functional, and more adaptive. To make this practical, build a learning system that prioritizes understanding over memorization. Start by capturing concepts, questions, and patterns rather than isolated facts. Next, connect new information to your existing knowledge, drawing lines between ideas. Apply these insights through experimentation, projects, or teaching. Finally, reflect on your notes and experiences in context, not as separate pieces to be regurgitated. Follow this cycle consistently, and you'll notice that you retain more, understand faster, and use knowledge in ways memorization never allowed. Here's the final reframing: the era of memorization is over. What matters isn't what you can repeat, it's what you can think, connect, and create. When you sit down to learn, ask yourself, am I memorizing or am I understanding? That single question alone can change the way your brain works and transform how you approach learning forever. Take one fact today, connect it to something real, apply it in some way, and watch your understanding grow. The value doesn't lie in remembering, it lies in creating insight from knowledge, and that's where true mastery begins.